Hey guys, how's it going? It's IYRE back once again with another video, and I promised that I would be consistent in terms of posting this video. So, yeah, third week's the charm, and today I was thinking about maybe discussing a topic which is quite essential as a producer and as a musician. Which is basically how important it is to learn a musical instrument when you're making music. This is directly related to a topic called musicality, which is quite essential in terms of making music, regardless of the genre, for that matter. And musicality is basically your ability to express and write music in relation to emotional depth, a bit of technical skill, and an overall understanding in terms of how music behaves in a certain context. So it's a broader topic, and it's not something that you can develop in a short time period, for that matter. It takes a bit of time to get good at it, and as and when you progress in your musical journey, you get exposed to different genres, and you get good at using the software as well. At the same time, when you get exposed to different experiences and different types of genres, certain elements that you pick out from these genres gets automatically embedded in your subconscious, and when you produce music, you tend to pick each of these elements that you have noticed from each of these different genres that you're exposed to, and you try to incorporate those elements into your productions. And learning a musical instrument exposes you to a sense of understanding, a deep understanding of how instruments behave in the real world, and it also creates a sense of discipline, because learning an instrument is not an easy task. I remember when I was learning the guitar, it was quite challenging, to get used to the different strum patterns, the way that you hold the pick for that for that matter, and the way that you pick determines how well the sound is amplified, and the way you hold the guitar, and the way you hold the chords, for that matter, and in certain cases, physical disadvantages. Now, for example, my hand is a little bit smaller, so it's a little bit difficult for me to navigate between notations, for that matter. I don't consider myself as someone who can play lead well, because my fingers are short. So I'm more of a rhythm player, and at the same time, I'm quite good at playing bass for some reason, especially because it's basically following a few notations, for that matter. But if I am to play a bit of lead, I'm physically unable to be quite mellow in terms of my playing. So you understand the physical capabilities of an instrument in certain contexts as well, and that helps you to write better music, because you understand the capabilities of an instrument as opposed to just writing music blindly. Now, for example, you will understand that there are different ways of playing a guitar. You can either use like a sliding technique, or a thumbing technique, or types of picking that you can utilize, tremolo picking. So different ways of how you can use an instrument, even in the case of instruments like violin or a brass section, for that matter. So those are some of the qualities that you can actually improve and benefit from if you're playing an instrument. And for me, for sure, it helped quite a lot in terms of understanding the behavior of instruments. especially when I was learning the guitar, because it was quite challenging. It's not easy to play the guitar, and your hands start to peel off when you play for a long time. So it was definitely a challenge for me to get used to. And at the same time, I was quite explorative in terms of my my ways of learning. I wanted to play metal songs and rock songs for that matter. I wanted to play Lamb of God on the box guitar, so it was quite challenging to learn all these steps and trying to replicate them on a box guitar. But it definitely pushed me as a musician. So yeah, I can't recommend enough. If you want to learn an instrument, for sure, do it. Even if it doesn't matter if you're not great at it, but at least if you can manage yourself with an instrument, I would say that it will definitely benefit as a musician. And at the same time, you get exposed to a bit of theory. When you're learning the guitar, when you're learning a piano or a keyboard for that matter, you have to go through a bit of a theoretical understanding around the instrument. So definitely it will help, and it will broaden your horizons as a producer as well. And at the same time, listening to a lot of genres would actually help you to be better in terms of musicality as well, because different genres have different elements which are quite interesting, and you can associate, or you can use some of those elements into your music as well, especially if you're a drum bass producer, because drum bass is a fusion genre by itself. There are no limitations in terms of what you can do, so you can listen to a lot of genres, and it will actually enhance your musicality as well. And one of the things that I did when I was a kid was basically looking at other people playing instruments, especially when it comes to instruments like drums and guitars, because I was exposed to metal music. I loved playing drums, so I was always watching drummers playing. I recall watching George Odison's Live in London drum solo, the Disaster Piece drum solo, where he plays a drum solo, and then his podium levitates and turns 180 degrees this way, and then it revolves, and it was quite fascinating at that time. So I was always intrigued, and I was watching guitar playthroughs by different players, and even to this day I enjoy watching drummers work. I love Drumeo, and there's a few really good channels related to drumming. Modern Drummer magazine, for example. I think a few cymbal manufacturers have their own horn as well. Paiste has a really good channel. I think Siljan has one as well. So most of these drum head manufacturers has a lot of playthrough videos which I watch to this day. So I pick a few things when I watch them play, and I try to replicate them in my music as well. And I've been watching a lot of post rock, a bit of ambient playthroughs, a bit of psychedelic rock, bands like Kroang being a bit of alternative mixed with a bit of soul and R&B, Yusuf Dias, for example, and Glass Beams. So a lot of alternative indie kind of bands that I've been watching quite often these days, and I try to replicate some of the techniques that they use into the music that I'm making currently. And all of this happens subconsciously. It's not something that I'm planning to do, but when I make music, it just happens naturally. And each of these genres, like I told you before, has something to offer. And I've been told that my approach towards music is a little bit unique in comparison to most of the drum and bass which is heard. And I think the reason for that is basically the fact that I'm listening to a lot of genres, and my upbringing is a little bit different as opposed to someone who's bred and molded in the drum and bass genre. I started with other genres, Indian classical music, Sri Lankan classical music, rock and metal, and dubstep, and I think that paved a lot in terms of making sure that my sound is a little bit unique. And like almost all of my ambiences are coming from like metal music, like the new progressive wave of metal music, with bands like Textures, Tesseract, for example. So yeah, so all of this has helped me immensely in terms of deciding what kind of a niche that I want to approach. So yeah, just about learning instruments and being exposed to different genres will actually push you a lot in terms of developing your musicality, and it'll help you to structure songs properly, and to incorporate a bit of emotional depth into the music that you're writing. So yeah, guys, just wanted to have a bit of chat, a little bit of a chat with you guys in terms of being exposed to different genres, and obviously learning an instrument and what kind of benefits that you get from it. So let me know what you think on the comments, and if you have any questions with regards to musicality, you can always ask, and if you want a bit of recommendations, you can always ask on the comments. So thank you so much for listening, and of course subscribe. A new video every Monday, as I promised. So this will keep on continuing for the foreseeable future. Always a pleasure, and thank you so much for listening. Take care.